Stacy, and I want to talk to you a little bit about proteins and protein structure. So proteins are a very important biomolecule for all living organisms. Humans have several different types of proteins in their cells and throughout our body. And when proteins face certain situations, like heat or chemicals or alcohol, then they begin to unravel. So a protein has 4 different levels of structure. We just call it primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. And if we look at a protein, for instance, a protein that's in the white of an egg, and we look at its characteristics, let's ask ourselves, what does it look like? Well, it looks goopy, and it's kind of translucent. You can see through it a little bit. But what happens when we cook it? It changes to something white, and it kind of gets rubbery. And it's still the same protein, but it's just unraveled in its structure. So what I'm going to do today, we know that if we heat up this egg, it would make a tasty breakfast, and also it would unravel the proteins in the albumin. But today I'm going to show you another way that proteins are affected and their quaternary and tertiary structures become unraveled. So let's hope I don't spill this. So what do we think would happen if I added 91% rubbing alcohol to my egg? Okay. So I'm going to real gently pour this rubbing alcohol in here and watch what happens to the albumin, or the clear part of the egg. You can see that it's turning white. As we're watching, the quaternary structure, the tertiary structure of that protein is coming apart. All the basic features, the basic subunits, the amino acids, are still there, but they're just going into a different formation. Now I have one egg that I put in alcohol about an hour ago, and you can see how much the protein has unraveled by its texture. Can you see that it's rubbery? Can you tell that? Okay. See how the white is rubbery? Just like it would be if I cooked it. And if I left this overnight, it would be just like I had cooked it, only not fit to eat. So in real life, sometimes it's helpful for proteins to fall apart, like if I were trying to control some of the proteins in a bacteria that might cause a disease, and I heated something up to sterilize it. And sometimes proteins coming apart is not a good thing. If a person suffered from hyperthermia or heat stroke, some of the proteins in their body, especially enzymes, would start to fall apart, and it could kill them. So that's Proteins 101.